Ahoy guys and welcome back to I Like Watches. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of San Martin watches. The first one, this one, the SN010 quartz, and the second one, this one, the SN010 automatic. And the reason I want to talk to you about these watches is because they have really surprised me. This one in particular, the automatic, because, well, not for the reasons you would usually expect, but it's because of their underwhelming popularity. This watch has sold once, and that was to me. I bought this watch. I was sent this watch for free when it was first launched, and I did produce some content on it, but then when I saw they'd launched an automatic version, I was really excited because I think it's a beautiful watch, and yeah, it's something a little bit different. It's fairly original in design, so I thought it was going to be a popular one, but it just shows. What do I know? Yeah, I'm the only one in the world with this, seemingly. So in this video, I just want to talk about these watches. I've paid for it, so I want to review it, basically. Yeah, I'm curious to understand from you guys as well. Why is this watch so unpopular? Yeah, please let me know, guys, in the comments section. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to review these watches, talk about the differences, show you the good, the bad, some lovely macro shots, all the usual stuff. There is some affiliate links in the video description, but you probably won't use them. Alright guys, let's get on with it. Right, let's kick things off by looking at these watches on AliExpress. And I think it's worth pointing out one of the reasons why I'm so keen to understand why these watches aren't selling particularly well is because James and I will be launching on Kickstarter soon the Academic, and it's not too dissimilar to this watch in terms of specifications, price, even design. So yeah, it does make me a little bit nervous to see that the automatic watch in particular, well, just isn't selling to anybody other than me. Right, let's take a look at this quartz watch first. As you can see, there are 3 colour variations. There's a couple of movement options. The main difference between those movements is the additional complication above the 6. You can either have it with the seconds hand down here or without the seconds hand at the bottom, and that is the one that I've chosen. You can also have all of these watches sterile or signed as well. At the end of this video, I am going to talk about every single difference between the automatic and the quartz. So if at the end of this video you are interested in either of these watches, yeah, stick around because I will cover all of that at the end. Let's just quickly show you the automatic watch. As you can see, the prices are quite a bit higher for the automatic watch. Again, that might be one of the reasons why this watch has proven to be so unpopular. For the SW200, it's almost $400, so it's basically $400. PT5000, $278. Again, 3 colours and sterile or signed. Right, here's both watches side by side. Now, for the purpose of this review, I'm going to be focusing on this black watch because it contains the automatic PT5000, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other content on YouTube relating to this watch. I have produced content in the past featuring this watch, which contains the quartz movement, and there are other channels as well which have made videos relating to this watch. So yeah, it would be nice, I think, to feature the automatic version. Right, let's start by giving you some dimensions. The diameter is roughly 38mm. The thickness, including the crystal, 11.5. Case length, roughly 46. And the lug width is 20mm. And the strap tapers to roughly 17.5. On the supplied strap, the automatic watch weighs 68 grams. And the crystal is a piece of sapphire crystal, double domed box crystal, good clarity at a tight angle, and you can see that purple hue on the crystal there. That is the internal AR coating. Case, crown, case back, and the hardware on the strap, all stainless steel. You do have a screw down case back, there it is. This one is fully polished. The crown is a pull-push crown. It is signed, if I can get it in focus. You've got the San Martin hexagonal logo on there, giving the watch 50 meters of water resistance. The steel finishing is brushed and polished. The sides of the case are beautiful satin brushing, and you can see the drilled lugs there, look. The bezel is fully polished. Top of the case is also fully polished. The hardware on the strap also fully polished. Signed there, look. The strap has quick release spring bars. It is a very nice textured leather strap. Yeah, a little bit of taper to it, colour matching stitching. Yeah, it's nice. So I like the case shape, I like the proportions, I like the box crystal, but I also like the dial. Beautiful polished hands and polished applied indices. They're not particularly tall, the applied indices, but they seem to be done very nicely. You've got a printed minute track around the outside of the dial and a very interesting counterbalance on that second hand look. Yeah, very cool. Very simple, very plain, but yeah, classy, I think. Right, no loom, so straight into a wrist shot and a wrist roll. Here it is on my 7¼ inch-ish wrist. I do think I prefer the more colourful salmon dial and orange strap version. But this black watch perhaps a little bit more understated, a little bit yeah, less obvious, a bit more classy perhaps. I think it is a very good looking, simple, sort of classic, beautiful dress watch. It's definitely going to fit under a cuff. It doesn't sit too high. Yeah, I really am scratching my head to try to understand why this has literally sold, well, 0 units apart from the one, well, this one that I've bought. And here are my thoughts on that. So please do let me know if you agree or disagree. And if you disagree, yeah, tell me, why do you think this watch has literally sold 0 units? The first thing I'm thinking is, well, the price. It contains a PT 5000 and it's not an all stainless steel watch. So you are just getting a leather strap. With a fairly simple dress watch. Maybe that is just too much money for this watch. Also, they offered this quartz version first, and it's quite a bit cheaper than the automatic version. So yeah, perhaps offering a cheaper quartz watch is stopping people from considering the more expensive automatic version. Also, it's a fairly dressy watch, and I think perhaps these are not as popular as they used to be. A lot of people are working from home these days, so that need for something with a little bit more shine and perhaps a slightly dressier look that fits under a cuff is just not needed as much as it used to be. And it's fairly original in its design, and although many of us have been craving more original watches to be made available on AliExpress, I think the cold hard truth is generally people come to AliExpress for homage watches. So anything that looks remotely original is just, well, destined not to sell as many units as a watch that looks familiar. But with all that being said, I really do think this watch has a number of strengths, and perhaps the lack of content on these watches has just meant that, yeah, fans of San Martin watches haven't been given the opportunity to see this watch and potentially look at it on AliExpress. I do think the fact that it is fairly original is a strength. I think it's beautifully finished, looks good, it's well proportioned, great weight, great size, you know, strong specifications, sapphire crystal, nice movement options, decent leather strap. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing too many negatives, so all I can think is that the reason this watch is just not selling is because of all those reasons I mentioned earlier. But yeah, guys, do let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Right, let me now run through the differences between these two watches. The depth is different. The quartz is 10.9 and the automatic is roughly 11.5 millimeters. The quartz watch is lighter. It weighs 52 grams. The automatic watch weighs 68 grams. The quartz watch comes with mineral crystal. The automatic watch, as you've already seen, comes with sapphire crystal. The dial on the automatic watch sits closer to the top of the case. As you can see, the dial on the quartz watch sits a little bit lower in the watch. The case back on the quartz watch has circular brushing, and the automatic is, well, fully polished, and as you can see, it's got a few scratches on it already. Fairly obvious to point out, but the automatic watch has an automatic movement in it, and the quartz watch has, well, the choice of 2 quartz movements. And the last one, and perhaps the most important, is the price. You are going to pay roughly $278 US for the automatic watch with a PT 5000. That equates to 290 euros, 254 British pounds. The quartz watch available for quite a bit less, 117 US dollars, 123 euros, 108 pounds. I think it's a real shame that this particular watch has sold in such low numbers. The official store selling 1 unit, and I'm pretty sure that's this one which I bought. The quartz version, 30 units sold through the official store. for San Martin standards, that is particularly low. Their homage divers sell hundreds of units. Some of their watches, I'm pretty sure, have sold over 1,000 units. Their SN017 homage diver and their smaller 38-39mm retro diver, those watches have sold in massive numbers. My worry is if we continue to spend our money on homage watches, yeah, brands like San Martin will start to spend more time focusing still on homage watches and less time developing watches like this. But I do understand why these watches are not as popular as the homage watches. I do think people are going to AliExpress for homage watches predominantly. I did think, however, this quartz watch would sell more units than it has done, given its price, given the quality of the watch. But again, I think automatic watch enthusiasts tend to look for deals on AliExpress, and this is a quartz watch. I didn't mention it earlier, but I think that's perhaps what is putting off a lot of people from buying this much cheaper quartz version. But guys, do let me know what you think in the comment section of these watches and why perhaps they are selling in such low numbers. Yeah, I'd be curious to read your comments. Right, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. As always, massive thank you from me to you, and yeah, appreciate you watching, and I'm gonna get on and enjoy my one of a kind. All right, guys, take care.